Thomas College was founded as an educational institution in 1889 and raised to the level of a second grade college affiliated to the University of Madras in 1925. The founder of St. Thomas School, the first Vicar Apostolic of Thrissur, Adolphus Edwin Medlicote, a professor of rhetoric at the Propaganda College, Rome, envisioned the institution as a college at the very moment of its inception. The University of Madras granted formal affiliation to the college after relentless endeavors of Father John Palakaran, Mar John Menacheri, and Professor Joseph Petter, Professor of History and Economics. The inaugural ceremony was held in August 1919 under the presidency of Sri Ramavarma, the Maharaja of Cochin. The college got affiliated to the University of Kerala in 1957 and to the University of Calicut in 1968. St. Thomas College was accredited with a spectacular A grade with 3.58 at a 4-point scale in 2010 by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. In 2013, the college was declared as the first autonomous college under the University of Calicut.
Everyone, good morning and welcome you all to the final round of RENACIDO, online Intercollegiate Innovation Competition organized by Startup and Innovation Cell of St. Thomas College, Autonomous Thrissur. St. Thomas College, situated in the cultural capital of Kerala, is having a huge legacy of 100 years and is one of the reputed arts and science college in Kerala. Startup and Innovation Cell functions in our campus to encourage the younger generation with creativity and entrepreneurship thinking. We are running this event RENACIDO, online intercollegiate innovation competition, to identify creative minds and to engage them in building innovations. This competition was initiated during COVID-19 lockdown period with an intention to encourage the students to utilize their time for a meaningful purpose and to expose their talents and ideas. We had 39 teams from all over India, and that was for the first round. And out of this, 27 teams were selected for the second round. And now we have 9 teams recommended for the final round. So let's start this program officially. I invite our principal, Dr. Joy Kale, to deliver the introductory address. Sir, please.
Hello, I am Dr. Joy Kale. Welcome all of you to this online event. St. Thomas College, Autonomous, one of the prestigious colleges in Kerala, was founded in 1889. The college was accredited by the NAC with A grade in 2016 in the third cycle. We acquired the autonomous status in 2014. In 2016, the college is elevated as the status of college with the potential for excellence. The college attained 63rd position in India according to NIRF ranking 2020. UGC has assigned the status as a mentor college as per Paramarsh scheme. It is also DBT funded college as per Star Colleges scheme. Startup and Innovation Cell began functioning in our college from November 2018. The aim of this cell is to encourage, motivate and foster younger generation by supporting them in creating new ideas and nurture them through mentoring sessions. Startup and Innovation Cell contribute to the development of students' thinking capacity, creativity, quantitative and scientific reasoning and effective communication skills throughout their academic career. Our college is a member of MHRD Institution Innovation Council. Innovation Cell has been conducting many programs to encourage the students to expose their creativity and ideas. Also, the students from this college have been attending many such competitions at the state and national level. Startup and Innovation Cell is organizing RENACIDO online intercollegiate innovation competition to bring awareness among youth about the importance of creative thinking and innovation. We have participation from many parts of the country, and I believe the event has served its purpose. I especially congratulate and thank the convener of this event, Dr. John Snudworth, for his hard work and commitment, and also congratulate all the members of Startup and Innovation Cell. I welcome the panel of judges who joined us today for this final round in between their busy schedule. I congratulate all the teams who participated in this event, and I wish the best for all the teams who are in the final round. Thank you very much.
I take the pleasure to introduce Dr. Sia Anu, Deputy Manager, Materials Lab, Liquid Propulsion System Center, ISRO, Trivandrum. He has done his BTech in Mechanical Engineering from CET and his MS in Metallurgical Engineering from IIT Madras. He holds a PhD in Metallurgical Engineering, and on behalf of Startup and Innovation Cell, I welcome Dr. C.R. Anu. Welcome you, sir. Next we have Dr. Aravind Kumar Rengan, Assistant Professor, Department of Biomedical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. He is an MBBS graduate and did his MTech in nanomedicine. He holds a PhD in Biomedical Engineering from IIT Bombay. He has received so many recognitions, which I cannot explain in one session itself. I will just highlight some of his major achievements. He received Young Engineer Award in 2018 from Indian National Academy of Engineering and Young Scientist Award in 2018 from National Academy of Science. In 2017, Scientist Award from Indian National Science Academy. He also received Biotechnology Research Assistance Council Gandhian Young Technology Innovation Award in 2017 and Innovative Young Biotechnologist Award in 2016 from Government of India. He already owns 7 patents in his own name. There are many more in his list. He has a Midas touch. Wherever he has involved, he achieved the best recognitions. Welcome you, Dr. Aravind Kumar. Next we have Dr. Ramesh Kumar P., Assistant Professor, Electrical and Electronics Department, Government Engineering College, Thrissur. He did his BTech from REC Calicut, MTech from NIT Calicut, and holds a PhD in Systems and Control from IIT Bombay. His area of research is in sliding mode control systems, biomedical signal processing, electrical and hybrid vehicles. Welcome you, sir. Next we have Dr. Nandakumar Nambar, Assistant Professor, Electrical Engineering Department, IIT Goa. He did his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Government Engineering College, Thrissur, and holds a PhD from IIT Bombay. He also has worked as Research Associate and Project Research Scientist in Electrical Engineering Department, IIT Bombay. Welcome you, Dr. Nandakumar. Next we have Dr. Jiju A. Matthew, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science, St. Thomas College, Autonomous, Thrissur. He did his MSc in Computer Science and holds a PhD in Computer Science and Communication. I welcome Dr. Jiju A. Matthew to this event. Welcome you, sir. We have 9 teams for this final round. Each team will be given 5 minutes for their presentation. After each presentation, judges can clarify their queries with the respective teams. At the end of the event, we will declare the first, second, and third prize winners. So I hope we'll start this event, the presentation, and I wish all the best for today's participants. Now we'll start the presentation. So I'll invite our first team, Team A, that is Miss Aishwarya Rao and team from SSMRV Degree College, Bangalore, Karnataka.
So good morning to one and all. We are students of SSMRB College, Bangalore, Karnataka. So our team code is A. According to UN reports, the experts have suggested that plastic pollution could serve as a geological indicator to the era where climate change is highly influenced by human activities. So here is our company, Leafers Private Limited, where we believe in the fact that small changes make big differences. And once it changes our product, as our tagline says, a better diaper for a better future. And here is our team, myself, Sanjana, Aishwarya heading HR, and Madan will be heading technology. The long-term goal is to gradually decrease the usage of plastic in the diaper market and eventually eradicate the usage of plastic. The USP of a company is to provide an eco-friendly product with an affordable rate of diaper without compromising on the quality. So the reason why we came up with this product is to provide solution to the problems in the current market. The diapers contain around 85 to 90% of plastic in it, in which each diaper takes around 450 to 500 years to get decomposed completely. Due to the high usage of plastic in it, it causes rashes, infections, and redness to the baby's skin. And it can't be affordable by everyone. So the solution to these problems, since Leafers diapers are made out of agro waste, that is banana stem fiber, it is 100% biodegradable. It decomposes within 6 to 8 months completely. And it is skin friendly and economical than the diapers which are available in the current market now. And the competitors for us are Huggies, Pampers, Mini, Himalaya, and Mani Coco Pants. Over to Madan.
Marketing sales opportunity. We did a primary research with an average of 100 people, in which here are the few questionnaires which we had mentioned in our research. And there are the results. Willingness to purchase a better diaper irrespective of brand name. Majority people are ready to buy a new diapers. And the average expenditure on diapers per day is 60 to 75 rupees, 38%, 75 rupees to 90 rupees, 28%, 90 rupees to 100 rupees, 26%, and above 100 is 8%. Awareness of usage of plastic in regular diapers, majority of our aware of that. Most preferred brand is Pampers, followed by Huggies, Many Coco Pants, and Himalaya. Over to Ashwini.
Marketing and sales would be done through business to government, business to consumer, and digital marketing. Business to government is done through various schemes such as Yashaswini scheme by Karnataka government and Marutave Kapita Thittam by the Tamil Nadu government. Business to consumer would be initially done through setting up stalls and providing free samples. Digital marketing is done through social media and content writing through freelancers. Since we're providing and it in rural people as well, our business to consumer strategy says about setting up stalls and providing free samples. We also have a pictorial representation of the diaper usage in the packaging. Here is the estimated cost sheet for the next 5 years. Keeping in mind the time constraints, After adding all the total expenses and administrative charges, after adding all the administrative factory overhead, it sums up to rupees 8. And keeping in mind the profit, each diaper would be available for rupees 10. The finance is expected through venture capital, angel investors, and loans. By 2022, we are expected to launch adult diapers and sanitary pads. We would also have vending machines by the end of 2025. Here is a small video of how procurement and manufacture of diaper takes place.
I saw this leaflet that was born, I was very impressed. I recommend this highly because it's made up totally biodegradable material. Because it's made of organic products, it's brand free and also very cost effective and help great eliminating pollution, environmental pollution, since that's a major problem.
Thank you. Now we are open for questions. We will just show our product.
Okay. Is it over, Aishwarya?
Yes, ma'am. We would just show our
thank you.
product.
Thank you, Aishwarya
Yeah.
team. And
Here is a product, and just let me show you how the product looks exactly. As we mentioned in the video, the tertiary layer consists of cotton cloth, and secondary layer is banana stem fiber, because we use banana stem fiber because it is natural absorbent. And the last layer is made out of virgin wood pulp, and it is 100% biodegradable, and there is no usage of plastic in it. So that is our motto, to eradicate the usage of plastic in the diaper market. Thank you.
okay, thank you. So now it's the time for the judges to ask their questions. Judges, please.
Yes, Aishwarya, it's indeed a good initiative in terms of the sustainability aspects. So, how already some firms are already making something out of the similar lines, right? Himalaya and all, or is it?
No. Even if there are organic diapers, plastic is plastic content is already there in that. Our diaper, it is plastic free. There is no usage of plastic in it.
Oh. Yeah, fine. And in terms of durability, how does it compare with the currently available ones?
Yeah, durability is there. The banana stem fibers are natural absorbents, and there are 3 layers as mentioned in the video. The first layer would be of a cotton cloth, second layer would be of banana stem fibers, which are natural absorbents. And third layer is of Macintosh sheet. And these Macintosh sheets are made of natural rubber. So it is 100% biodegradable. And Macintosh sheet holds the water because they are water resistant layer.
Okay, and another aspect, is there any limitations with the shelf life and all? And how does that compare with the plastic ones?
I mean, I didn't get your point.
No, shelf life in terms of how long can you store it? Because immediately after you make it, you cannot expect it to be sold. So inevitably, shopkeepers may have to keep it for quite some time. So
yes,
their shelf life,
yeah.
Is there any sort of limitations compared to the plastic ones?
The shelf life is a little longer because this will be dipped into the disinfectant water and it is sun dried. So it is basically alternative instead of polythene. And according to boards, okay, sorry, yeah.
Fine. Actually, I feel Dr. Aravind will be able to probe much into that application-related aspects.
And according to the IMA, it is valid for 2 years. It has to be for 2 years.
Fine.
Team A, good presentation. I have two questions. One is because it is agro-based, what is the strategy? Say, for example, if there is some drought that you don't get enough, raw material. What is your strategy to tackle that?
So in Tamil Nadu, sir, there is a farmer associate where they grow only organic agriculture.
That's what I'm asking. Like, say for example, as a company, when you are associated with one particular team, and if there is some drought conditions happening there, what is your backup plan?
So we will be taking the agro way. I mean, we will form a group of farmers. Okay. So we will associate with them.
And moreover, these agro waste can be bought in bulk because this does not get waste and exploited that early. This can be stored for a long period of time. Since banana is grown in all parts of the country, it's not only in the southern region. Majorly, if you see the region Kerala and Karnataka, there is huge banana growth. And of course, even in the north. So drought cannot be throughout India. So our procurement strategy will change accordingly.
Okay. And are you a registered company?
No, not.
So the company is currently in the process of registration.
I mean, it's in R&D.
You are ready to register.
Yeah, we are doing the R&D, sir. So we'll be starting it very soon, sir.
Yeah.
And even the
have you compared?
Yes, sir.
Have you compared the absorbent ability of existing diapers and your diaper? Do you have any data?
Yes, sir. This was given to about 20 children, I mean the mothers. So they have tried it, and we have data collected from them in terms of the.
I'm not asking about the application data. I'm asking about the scientific data where you subject both the materials to water and other stuff, and then check what is the quality of absorption happening there. Have you done any comparative analysis?
Sir, we are yet to do it, sir. We are yet to do it. But as far as the sample given to parents, I mean, they've utilized it on their children, and now it has got good results and feedback from parents that these are better in terms of skin rashes and other infections that can be prone to children.
Yeah. One last question from my end is like any biodegradable or agro-based material is prone for fungal growth. Though you disinfect it, the amount or the strength of disinfection can only last for so long. Okay, so what is the way to have this long-term disinfection for the raw materials and other things that you are going to procure?
And on a layer, we have used aloe vera gel, so it doesn't cause skin rashes or infections to the baby's skin.
Can you on the video?
Coming to agro waste, it is being dipped in the disinfectant liquid and sun dried, so it is less likely to prone on the
Aishwarya, can you on the video? Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It was, sorry, the internet was lagging, so we just turned it off.
See, one thing is like you just have to go back and work on this one. On one end, you are saying like it is sun dried, so there won't be any water content in it, right? On the other end, you're also saying that it has gel in it. Gel is like made up of water content in it. Okay, so if it is not, it is going to be completely dry. Then there won't be any gel at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, that's fine. Good. Yeah. Nothing else from my end.
Thank you.
Other panel members can ask. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, team A, Aishwarya and team, you have done a very wonderful work. So I have a few questions. From where you got this
please
idea?
on the video if it's possible. Then.
From where we got this idea?
Yeah.
So there are organic sanitary pads, biodegradable sanitary pads. But when it comes to diapers, sanitary pads are usually used around 2 to 3 by women per day. But when it comes to diapers, it is used by children maybe till 5 years, and they're likely to change 3 to 4 to 5 diapers per day. We did a primary research. So 5 diapers are changed. Yeah, and as I mentioned, since there is more plastic content in the current diapers, it takes.
Okay. So that is the inspiration you are telling about. Inspiration behind the work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Idea you have. Okay. Anyway, it's good. Whatever from where you got. So one more question. What about the processing and manufacturing time, from the raw materials to the final product? How long it will take?
Around 7 days.
Around 7 days. Okay. Then one question. I have one question that is already asked by the Aravind, but even I have I need little more explanation for that. What about the moisture absorbing capacity of the banana fibers?
Yeah, they're natural absorbents basically. So
when it is disinfected and dried, it will have this ability to absorb the moisture. You're telling like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you compared this ability with some other existing material?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Have you compared the moisture observing capability of your product with some other? That is already Arvind sir already asked. Same question. If you have to.
The diapers are available now, and with our diaper, because our inspiration was from collecting agro waste and making it into a diaper. So why we chose agro waste is because when farmers grow their plants and these agro waste are burned, and even this causes pollution. When we buy from there, it's an extra source of income to farmers as well. So we buy from them and we compress the banana fiber later so that it is formed into thin sheets and it is formed into a slightly thick layer. So I think the sustainability would be likely high.
So one more question. Once it becomes wet, will it produce some bad smells, or you have some other methods to avoid that?
Natural essence in it. I mean, the natural, odor resistant liquids.
Okay, that's it from my side. Good. Okay, Johnson.
Nandan?
Yeah, am I audible?
Okay, so audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I have a couple of questions. One thing is about, perhaps I may have missed while you presented it, but again, I'm just asking the question. So one thing is that have you compared the weight of this product with standard products?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have compared.
Okay. So is it like for the same weight of this material, the absorbent, the amount which it can absorb is comparable to the standard product?
Slightly higher than the products which are available in the market now, because they use for the weight and for the absorbance as well. But since there are used nanofibers and the natural absorbent, because of Macintosh sheet, it is slightly what?
It is compressed.
It is compressed, sir. So the weight is slightly less. When it is compressed, the weight gets decreased.
But compression doesn't always mean that the weight gets reduced, right? It can increase the density and still the weight will be the same.
No, not really. Because
Isn't it?
let us take an example of banana stem fiber. Okay? So when it is sun dried, no wonder it we
Get a huge number, but once it is compressed,
it's
like
the weight
is reduced.
Okay, fine. So you're talking about the weight of the banana plant, agro waste. That's fine. So another question is about the sun drying. Since your process includes sun drying, and in a climate like what we have in India, is it a really viable method, or do you have any backup plan?
Pardon? Voice was lagging.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any backup for the sun drying process steps? Because you can't rely on that in our climate.
Okay. We have a backup plan. They're room heaters.
Okay. So one last question. Every product will be having some kind of a quality control and some policies related to that in the national level, right? So do you have any such quality control policies, or have you already applied and got all the necessary certification?
We are still in the process of getting.
Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side. John, you can take it up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Vishal here. And I have, since you've been involved thoroughly, I have just one question to you. That is, you've been, can you hear me?
No, that's not clear.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Audible now?
Yeah, better.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is, you said you will be using bananas. My question is, why have you chosen banana? Trees, but prompted you to choose banana.
It has natural.
Sir, we are able to hear you properly.
The question is, why have you chosen banana? Why not any other absorbent?
They are natural absorbents. So it can act as absorbent layer. And
The question is, why banana?
There are many other alternatives.
decomposition is
What prompted you, like in comparison to other materials, what is the merit of the banana leaves?
Yeah, that's what it is, natural absorbent. And it is cost effective.
There are many other natural absorbents other than banana leaves.
But
Why
banana,
have you chosen this?
agro wastes are more from banana plantation.
Sugar cane is another option.
So your voice is lagging again. Hello?
Sugar cane, for example.
I think
Hello?
these are some internet problem is there for your voice. Some interrupting.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
so. what about the others? We can wind up this session. This not this team. What about the Sindhu?
Yeah, okay from my side.
Okay, Sindhu, just take over.
Yes. Yeah. So is that over, Jitu sir? Is there anything you have
Yeah,
to ask?
no, just continue with the speak. Thank you.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you, Team A.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So now we'll have our second team, that is team from Nehru College, Pampadi, Kerala. Team B,
Okay, is the screen visible?
yes.
Okay. 2020 has been quite the eventful year, but not in a good way. Good morning. I am Ananda Devathan. Today, we are here to present our collective ideas and solutions in helping in fighting the pandemic. We are met with the familiar signs of sanitizer everywhere, which helps in limiting the transmission of the virus. But what if we accidentally touch our faces, which can be quite harmful? We have based the concept on a thermometer, which we come across these days. It is coupled with a solution based on copper and metal nanoparticles, which help in providing a protective layer and decrease the transmission and also provide a protective coating. And copper has also been proven to have a phenomenon of contact killing by which the virus is deactivated. And on the basis of accidental transmission, we also come across that we on average tend to touch our faces 16 times per hour, which is quite an alarming number. So that comes across your other idea, that is based on the proximity sensor, which can help in limit the accidental contacts on our face and also maintain social distancing by 1 meter. In Kerala, there have been above 400 cases of violation of home quarantine. This product can also help in limiting the violation of quarantine by alerting the proper authorities when the quarantine person has leave the house. And one of the most ambitious idea that was developed by my teammate is of scanning of the virus. So based on the idea of influenza, there have been studies that use bioluminescence, a particular dye which can be emitted and which bind to the virus and then be scanned through a fluorescent imaging. It can be handheld or mobile. We help this idea helping aiding the cause of the health workers in stopping the pandemic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Team B. Now it's the time for the judges to ask their questions. Judges, please.
Dr. Anup, can I ask?
Can begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the crisp presentation, Team B. I didn't quite really get what exactly is the mechanism involved. Could you please explain it a little bit with more clarity?
In which of the products, sir?
In your product.
Sir, we have 3 products.
The last one.
The last one, it is a developing It is being tested on influenza virus that is quite similar to the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What is the mechanism?
The mechanism is that there is a protein covering across all these viruses, glycoprotein covering.
Anand, please on your video.
Okay.
That is better. Anand, please on your video.
Okay, sir.
And can you show the product, the actual product?
The actual product, sir, the actual product is we have designed it on Fusion. That is the 3D modeling.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a 3D model, but you don't have a prototype.
We have prototype, but it is designed on 3D modeling. That is on software.
That is what it is, an in silico model. It is not a physical model, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. Can you tell me one contraindication for your first product, the copper based antiviral product?
Yes.
What is the contraindication for it?
I didn't get you.
See, when you launch a product, there will be some contraindications, right? Like such and such category, people should not use it.
The copper is not toxic. The copper ion is not toxic to human skin. But if there are allergic reactions, we can test it out on a patch of the skin and then verify it.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, thank you. Other panel members can ask questions if they have.
May I ask?
Yeah.
Anand, it was a good presentation from your side.
Thank you,
I have some questions about the second product which you have shown. So, is it a smartwatch?
Yes, it is based on a smartwatch.
Okay, so have you developed some apps for the smartwatch, or it's just a model of the smartwatch?
Not completely smartwatch. We have money efficient, so band. So like a fitness band.
Okay.
Anand, please on your video, please. Anand?
All the
Can you on your video?
team members, please on your videos. That's better. Because we are giving this as a live recording after this thing, so it will.
Yeah, Anand, are you there?
Yes,
Okay. So my question was, have you developed any app for any particular platform like Android or for iOS or for Windows?
So it is based on Bluetooth connectivity, so we can both connect on iOS and Android.
Okay, but how do you sense this proximity? I mean, what is the underlying principle? For example, a person leaves the house, right? How does this device detect that he left the house?
It is geotagging or GPS locations is used for this technology.
Okay. So basically, the quarantined person is supposed to wear this all the time.
In airport, when they are screened and sent to home, they can be attached this band, and their address and their home can be set in the watch. And when they leave this 100 meter, 200 meter, it will be the alert will be sent to the nearest authority.
But this GPS is it depends on so many conditions, right? For example, in this rainy condition, the GPS signals are very weak, and you may not get proper. I mean, that is one thing. Another thing is that the people who violate the quarantine instructions, they can even remove this band from their hand, right?
Yes, it is possible.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all from my end.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any more questions?
Did you look into the cost aspect of it? How costly it will be while you develop it?
The smartwatch.
Do you have any competitors?
the smartwatch or the band, we can in the existing models we can attach a proximity sensor and use it, or we can create a new one from scratch.
My question was, did you do any cost analysis of it?
Cost analysis. The proximity sensor is not quite costly. It can be attached, but if made from scratch, the parts will have to be imported.
How costly it will be? How affordable it will be?
Affordable and cost will depend upon how many features we can add to the product. If you are limiting just to the proximity sensing and social distancing, it will be affordable, about 1,000 rupees per item.
And how did you get to the conclusion? What parameters you considered? It's the raw product or the certain parameters which you considered?
We have the website R&D. There is a website which we can outsource our ideas to develop into a product. So we outsourced it not for developing, just for the idea for the product, and they come with the conclusion.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, any more questions?
No, no more questions, sir. Already asked. Questions are asked by others. No problem. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and
Anyway, good work. Yeah,
thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay. We have a team C from St. Thomas College, Autonomous Thrissur. Team C?
Yes. Shall I start?
Team C, you can present now.
Okay. We are here to present about Enlighto, the online learning app. The key features of Enlighto is audio learning. That is for by audio learning we can study whatever we doing. Study on the go. That's the concept. We can study while we are cooking or traveling or something. Other activities, doing other activities. Jomia will present the slides now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jomia Delisi. I'm from Thrissur. We are here to present about our application Enlighto. Enlighto is a single mobile application for government exams. It's an online audio-based learning mobile application. Enlighto provides a new methods to teaching. Our app mainly focuses on Kerala PSC examinations. We provide audio classes in Enlighto. Makes the learning more fun and effective. The main features of Enlighto: a very simple application. It's easy to use. It has a very nice interface. And another important features are because we are providing the audio classes, it saves a lot of power compared to video classes. And Enlighto working even when the phone screen is off. It plays audio classes without any interruption. Another main feature of Enlighto, it provides multitasking. It provides multitasking. It works as a background process. You can listen to our Enlighto app. Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please continue.
You can listen to our Enlighto app without limiting any other apps applications. It provides the feature of multitasking. You can use the app even while traveling, cooking, or involved in any other activities. And unlike video classes, you can share the audio classes anywhere at your convenience. And mainly in today's world, it's so time saving and more easy to use. About the working of app and opening the application, you get this main menu. It's redirect to this view, containing different categories. You can select a desired category from this. When you select a particular category, you redirect to this session containing your classes according to that particular category. And it also provides a setting session with details this information. And it also provides the background running. You can use any other apps while hearing these audio classes. And audio class will play, pause, forward, backward button also. Same for the technical aspect. Angular framework to develop front-end application. Angular is a framework used to build single-page client application. And we use the Ionic framework to convert our web application to mobile app. Ionic framework is a dependent SDK used to build cross-platform native tooling mobile apps. And we use the Apache Cordova tool. It is interface layer between our application and Android phone. Using the Cordova plugins, we can access Android phone resources like camera, microphone storage to our application. And another thing we use is the service worker. This script runs in the web browser and it helps to manage caching for an application. We enabled the background running of application using the service worker. And finally, we use Google Sheets to store the audio file in different categories using different tabs. In architecture, how we implemented the app, we created a web app using Angular, and we converted to mobile application using Ionic framework. We use the Cordova plugins to access phone resources, and it's about our simple and light mobile app. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So now judges can ask their questions. Anup sir?
Yeah, so Jijo, actually, is it sort of like a novel concept, or already some similar systems are available?
No, actually, the audio learning is an innovative area. Basically, there are some apps for learning PSC content, UPSC content. All are in video format. So we need to time a separate time to spend to study. But while using Enlighto, we have providing as an audio output, the GK or contents. So it will help. You can study anytime, anywhere while doing other activities always. We are also planning to implement some video contents as a separate session in this app. So we can use audio and video learning to achieve the competencies.
Okay, that's all from me. Other judges can.
Okay.
Jomi, I have a question. As a, what you say, what did you sit lightweight? What did you say? What prevented you on making it as a widget? You developed it. Am I audible now?
No, some trouble is there, sir.
Can you,
Some trouble is there.
can you hear now?
Okay, fine, fine.
Yes, sir.
Question is, you developed it as a lightweighted app. Why haven't you developed it as a widget? That is the first question for me. And the operatability would have been much better. Good, good. The second, have you considered the security aspect of it? Somebody breaching into by adding or altering the. Have you did anything on your framework to avoid the security breach?
Actually, we are using Google Sheet and Google Drive to store. So we can.
That is not. That is not from your end. That is not from your end. From your software perspective, have you did any security analysis or security study on it?
Sir, questions now?
Google, whatever provides, Google is a third party.
Okay.
Google is a third party as far as you are concerned.
Okay.
So what you can't relay a software by stating that they'll take care of the security. You are the service provider. You should provide some kind of a security mechanism. So my question is, what are the security aspects you have considered while developing this app?
Okay. Actually, this app is just done from this lockdown time. So we are now it's in its beginning stage actually. So we are using why you are using Google Sheet and Google Drive only for financial relevant and for cost effective. So we can make a separate database and a separate storage system to make it more secure.
I'm through with it. Okay. I have a.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please go ahead. Okay, so I have a very basic question. So I am assuming that you are using some cloud storage for storing all the ODF files, right?
Yes, Google Drive.
And based on the user click, you will just play it as a playlist, right?
Yes.
Is that so?
Actually, we are not using it as a playlist. It will be like a streaming service.
Okay. So my question is very basic. How is the application different from any audio player? For example, I have a media player in my mobile phone, and I can do any of these. If I create a playlist, I can play it the way your application is playing the questions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's it from my side.
Okay. Dr. Aravind?
Yeah. You have gone through this Amazon Audible books?
No.
Okay, so Amazon Audible books has been exist for a quite long time. Okay, I will suggest you should go through that. Okay, and when you present, I just have a comment to Jomia that when you present, you should ensure that your microphone is close to your mouth. Okay, it was audible, but still it would have been even better. So this is what I expect from a team which focuses more on audible. Okay, so your voice should be really clear. Okay. And how do you expect to get hold of the attention of people? Like if it is UPSC, it is mostly going to be very dry stuff, right?
Yes.
How do you get hold of the attention? The reason why people are attracted is vision is always more attractive when compared with something like the other things. Okay, so how do you ensure that you captivate the listeners?
Actually, we are also doing the video content now. We have debug version of APK.
But your selling point was that this is only audio, right?
Now it's
so time frames. We can do any other activities while hearing this.
We are making a content of video contents actually.
As you said, like audio books, we can save the time of this.
So the idea that you have brought out is really good. Okay, so just because Amazon Audible is available doesn't mean that others cannot do. So we already had Uber, but still we have Ola now, right? Which is overtaking Uber in some sense. So it is good, but then you'll have to really think about how to make it into a more practically oriented app. Okay, otherwise it is very hard to launch it. Okay.
So actually, we are supplying this audio as a extra feature.
Okay, then that should not be your unique selling point. Okay, one final question from me. Do you know about any famous personality who is known for his narrative skills, voice? Don't say any film singer. Have you heard about anybody who is well known for his voice narrative? No. Have you heard about David Attenborough?
No.
You should go and listen to David Attenborough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. What about Dr. Ramesh? Ramesh sir?
Yeah. No, I don't have any much question. I mean, already we have discussed all the points. Okay, so there is no point in asking any more other questions. Anyway, team C, all the best. Okay
then. Thank you, sir. Now we have Team D from Mar Athanasius College of Engineering, Kodamangalam, Kerala.
Respected judges and the coordinators of the Innovation Cell Thrissur, we Team Pinatech present to you a simple pineapple harvester which aims at reducing the difficulties faced by pineapple farmers in harvesting pineapple. Basic problem in harvesting pineapple is that still now even there are vast plantations across. Traditional methods like manual picking is used, and which is actually an outdated process. And it involves a lot of human labor, and even the process itself is very time consuming and difficult because the nature of the plant itself, the sharp leaves tends to cut through the skin, and thereby every worker requires personal protective equipment like gloves and eye protective gear, etc. And it's also a time consuming process. So what we have done here is we have developed our first attempt in developing a simple pineapple harvester that can be easily used by a farmer himself in order to harvest an entire plantation at a faster rate. Basic methodology is similar to any design process that we began from basic survey, that is plantation visit in Varakulam, which is also known as the pineapple city of Kerala. And we also CAMCO, the Kerala Agro Machinery Corporation, and based on these studies, basic methodology began from survey. That is, we had 3 plantation visits in Varakulam, it's also known as the pineapple city of Kerala, and an industrial visit to Kerala Agro Machinery Corporation. And based on the data collected from these, from there, we developed a simple. We had a brainstorming session regarding which all are the alternatives possible. And the problem that we found was that the reason why there is no existing pineapple harvester in the market is that most of the designs that has been proposed were kind of picking the pineapple by accepting some kind of force onto the fruit. Though the pineapple fruit looks very much tough from the outside, it's actually very delicate, and even a slight bend on the surface can lead to reduced shelf life and quality degradation. So that's the reason why there have been no picking equipments developed. So what we designed is something which doesn't accept any kind of force onto the fruit. Instead, it just grabs the fruit from the sides, and it is cut from the stem, and it slides onto the slanting conveyor, and it is carried to the storage. And the design was developed in the CAD platform, It's a concept design and engine powered concept design. And the fabrication was done for a man-powered machine. That is, so in order to reduce the cost, that is, to minimize the overall cost and for testing purpose, we developed a man-powered machine for using recycled materials. And the testing was done in controlled environments in our college itself. And as to future, there are several optimizations are still required for making it a completely market-ready product. And the execution, the basic working is that the machine moves over the plants. That is, it kind of hovers over the plants which are planted in straight rows. And along with our machine, we are also suggesting a plantation style which already exists, but none of the farmers are following that style. And according to that style, each adjacent rows should be separated by a 60 centimeter gap. So while hovering over the plant, we have almost 100 centimeters, that is almost 1 meter width. And our machine, the only constraint is the width should be 1 meters. And the machine hovers over the plant, and as it does, it clears a path by cutting down the overgrown leaves by the leaf cutting blades. And then the plucking equipment, as you can see in the figure, the forward cutting equipment approaches the fruit from the sides, and the process takes place while the machine is hovering over the plant. And the inward rotating flexible fibers, those are represented in the figure, they grasp the fruit inwards, and there might be some leaves that are forward facing, but those will be also cut down by the leaf cutting blades, the fruit cutting blades, which are located at the bottom portion, that is in a horizontal axis. All this takes place while the machine moves forward, and then followed by this inward rotating fibers. The fruit cutting blades cut the fruit and separates it from the plant. And due to the inertia force, that is, as the machine is moving forward, due to inertia, the fruit falls onto the slanting conveyor, which carries it over to the storage. This is the basic working. And this is the first primary prototype that we developed, and we did it in 2 phases. The phase 1 was the plucking equipment alone, and we thought that this can be incorporated into existing agriculture machineries, because there is no need for an entire machine to be developed. There are different possibilities that we can develop based on the customer requirements. And the first one was to develop a plucking equipment alone, and which can be attached to some basic machines, like under 1 meter width machines are available, like tillers, man-powered tillers, etc. And then for implementing the height adjustment mechanism, we developed the phase 2. This is actually for representation purpose only. Please don't be confused by the wheels and all. We had to cut down the height of the machine, and the only intention was to develop some form of height adjustment. In the concept design, we went with hydraulic height adjustment, or which has much degree of height adjustment possible. And here we have used a manual scissor lifting mechanism. And the video, I will be sharing the video at the end. We have done the testing. And the feasibility analysis, talking about the feasibility analysis, in a normal day, in normal scenarios, harvest is done in every 6 months, and the minimum wage is about 700 rupees. So for at least 15 workers, they last around 10,000. And as you can see in the figure itself, from the table itself, including the capital investment, the personal protective equipment, it is about 20,000 or more than that. So by investing in a man-powered simple design or such a proposal, we can it will be a lot helpful to the farmer day by day, and the cost of labor is increasing. So this can be a good option. There's a manpower design can be a good option, or even for large scale farmers, we can go with the engine power design, which can be brought to about 40 to 50,000 rupees. And the first prototype was designed and fabricated in lab and was tested successfully. And we are suggesting plantation styles. There is no existing plantation style that is being followed in our state or in our nation. And just like in the case of paddy fields, while the machine was developed, the paddy fields where the plantation style was adjusted so that the machine could be implemented. In the same manner, we are also suggesting the plantation style. That is, the only constraint is the plant should be planted in straight rows and in 60 centimeter gaps. And that's the only constraint for our machine, and this can be easily implemented. And this is an innovative approach. Our first attempt in developing a simple man-powered pineapple harvester. and it still requires much continued improvements to be market ready, like terrain considerations are need to be made. And now we have already considered almost flat terrains, that is by implementing terrace farming and all. So much difficult terrains, we need to go on in improving the machine further. And this project was a great experience in gaining mechanical knowledge in mechanical aspects of design and also fabrication. And let me just share the video right now. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. That's all for the.
So judges can now ask questions. Anup sir. Anup sir.
You are audible, sir. Sir.
Hello. Yeah. Otherwise, I will ask Sindhu, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Team 4, you have done a very good work. It's a very innovative idea. Okay. So I have a few doubts. It's require manpower, no? It's not an automatic thing.
No, it's not an automatic machine. Those are the further improvements that can be made.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Now, what is the kind of motor that you are used? No motors are used.
Yes, for the cutting blades and the leaf cutting blades, we have used DC motors, the standard 12-volt DC motors. These are by using DC motors, it's easy to replace and also more torquey than the other. By instead of deriving from an engine, this can be easily implemented and can be easily managed. That's why we went with DC motors.
So you are provided with some battery.
Yes, sir. A smaller 12-volt battery has been provided.
Okay. So it will not damage the whole plan, no? Mechanism will run over the plan means it will damage the original plan, no?
No, sir. The actual process in pineapple harvesting is that the leaves, the overgrown leaves, needs to be cut down, and that's actually a necessary process. We find that they do not do that, and that's why it's all overcrowded. After 2 or 3 harvests, it gets overcrowded and it affects the fruit quality. So by implementing this machine, the base fruit remains there. Just the leaves on the top portion above from the level of the fruit will be cut down clearly.
Okay.
Sir, also as an So as an advanced method, the leaves of this pineapple is very nutritious, and nowadays they are under study, and it is used for medicinal. It has some medicinal values. So once we had some customer advices and some farmer discussion, and so they said that if you can collect these leaves together with this harvesting, it will be helpful for them to collect the leaves, and they can transport to some factories for processing the leaf, because nowadays more medicines are being produced from that leaves, and so nutritious element to that. And so they are also asking for a method to collect the leaves also, and the particular leaves is another process in the next the step after harvesting. So that would be helpful for the farmers.
So the enzyme is called bromelian enzyme, is used for medicinal purposes.
Yes, sir.
And it's actually shared by some farmers. Thanks.
Okay, very good. Okay, you can extend it to other plants also, like banana and other fruits also then. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Dr. Arvind?
Yeah, I have just few questions. The same question, like what other plants that you could extend the scope of this equipment to?
The plants which are being cultivated in a similar manner, like for example tapioca, or similar those which are planted in the soil, that is instead of which are harvested from the base. Such similar plants can be implemented. Our primary concern was only pineapple harvester. That is, there was no existing machinery in the market for pineapple harvesting.
Okay, and what is the weight of this equipment
We were
altogether?
Sorry, sir.
The total weight of this equipment.
The total weight is about
300 kilograms.
300 kg. The overall concept design will weigh about 300 kilogram. It is the overall engine-powered design.
And is it possible to hover it without plucking the plant? Is there any provision to it, or it will definitely pluck the fruit? Say, for example, I am just imagining a situation. Not every pineapple will reach the pluckable nature at the same day, right? So there will be some other pineapple plant which doesn't require plucking on that particular day. So, what is the provision in your equipment where, if at all, you'll have to remove it and place it, then it's going to be hard?
Yes,
so,
sir.
how are you going to deal with that?
So, first of all, we have given an height adjustment mechanism that which can adjust the height. But while during our survey, what we came to know that they actually induced the plants for a uniform fruit.
Okay.
They induced the plants. So what they said was that almost all the fruits will be ready for. They will be harvesting them all together, and they will be grouping it into type A, type B, and type C based on their quality. That is, whether they are fully ripened, and
Got it.
that's how they.
One last question from my end. How do you protect your design, or what prevents others from copying the design and marketing it as their own product?
We have actually filed for a patent via the IP cell, intellectual property rights IPR cell in our college, and that's an ongoing process, and we have filed for the patent.
But these are assembled things, right? I mean, what is that thing which can be patented? I'm just curious to know.
About the design.
Very clear, right?
Sorry, sir. Exactly what we are trying to prevent from others being from copying?
The design or the concept. What is that you are trying to patent?
It's actually the principle or the basic principle only. That's it's actually most of the things that we use are not anything innovative, but how it all together works and the way we implement it. That's the concept is that we are trying to prevent from copying. So most of them, even while we say that hovers over the plan, most of the people are actually they don't actually understand. They just say that it won't work out, and we get some that can even it can damage the plan. So by implementing in without harming plan is that what we are trying to do, and such an implementation, if it is successful, even still now it's almost successful. There are some issues regarding the precision of the machine. That is, all of these were manufactured in the lab itself. The conveyor roller size was too high, and that's where there were some difficulties in. You may have seen in the video there were some difficulties.
That's fine.
Yes, by improvements we can perfect it.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this is Jude. I have a question.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
You said like this is a manual machine and it weighs 300 kilograms.
No, sir, the actual concept only, this machine that we have, the prototype that we have developed doesn't weigh, it only weighs about 30 to 40 kilograms, not more than that. So not 30 to 40, about more than 50. We have actually weighed it just a prototype only. The actual machine, that is an engine-powered four-wheeled machine with a greater storage weighs 300 kilograms roughly.
Yes, that's what I'm coming to. When you have a product of 300 kilograms, and you do it manually, it doesn't go together. It doesn't go in the same line.
No, sir, that is not done manually. It's actually in that is just like a tiller, sir. The
machine operator.
Yes. This is just for manpower. Yes, sir.
Yes. My question is, when you have two wheels connected to the motor, and one wheel moves, the other has to move in sync. It needs to move in the same line. Otherwise, what will happen? The whole. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
When the machine moves, when one what do you say? When one wheel moves and the other, if it doesn't sync to the first wheel, then there it could wobble or it could move. Have you ever thought of control it?
Sir, not clear.
Sir, I think I get what you said, that the vehicle kind of slide. Yes, sir. The vehicle kind of slides if the wheels don't move uniformly on the other sides. The vehicle kind of slides.
Because it won't be a carpet on which you are riding. It will be
Yes,
on a
yes.
it will be on a what do you say, terrace. Normally this will be a terrace timing, and it won't be
Yes.
an even thing. So what will happen
Yes, sir.
when it moves? The wobbling may change the system. So do you have a mechanism to control it? Have you ever thought about a PID or something through which you will be able to control it?
No, sir. We haven't thought much detail about the actual. That is, we only did the principle. We only tried to implement the principle only. And even for such wobbles, we have given clearance for the leaf plucking equipment. That is, the width of the fruit is approximately 2.5 to 3 centimeters, less than 3 centimeters. So we have given more width in the leaf cutting equipment, so that even if there are some wobble, the fruit enters the equipment and the cutting action takes place. It's a kind of a guides, so that even if there are some misalignments, it can be corrected. We haven't done any algorithms for correcting such wobbles. No.
And have you thought about the gear system which we are going to implement in it?
So
Have you ever
primarily our aim was to develop the concept only, that is a primary man-powered machine only, and if it works, then we can go for if we develop a costly big machine, that is the concept that we have put forward is actually a engine powered machine, that won't be economically feasible to many of the farmers, so it won't be a great hit in the market. So if you go with a simple man-powered machine which can be easily managed, and even we know that the harvesting takes place in every 6 months. There, in a year, maybe two. So only that time only it is being used. So developing an entire machine is not actually not our purpose. It was a concept. So we have several implementations possible. It can be either a man-powered simple design. That is what we have done right now. And even based on the customer requirements, we can go with other machines. Only then
so you mean to say you never thought about a system motor to reduce the RPM, thus increasing
we have went to an internship at Shanti Gears at Coimbatore, and we developed a drive system that is what being used there regarding the RPM from the engine. We have used a 2500 RPM engine, and the wheel rotates at 103 RPM for the attaining a speed of 4 km per hour. 4 km per hour is the steady speed that most of the tillers, when the person walks along with the tillers, so that the speed was most. Very please switch off the mic. Is the speed that most of the tillers actually use. So that can be done. But we have developed a drive system that's actually you can see in the figure. That has been developed during our internship at Shanti Gears Coimbatore, sir. So at the rear, you can.
Hello.
Actually, along with the Shanti Gears, we had an internship there, and along with their support, we developed the engine is actually Honda's GX 160 engine, which is a general purpose engine which is used in many agricultural equipments and even go-karts. And from there, using gear reduction, we have attained the required speed of the machine. But for the plucking equipment, we have used DC motors only. So the reason why this is actually very expensive is due to the gearing itself, because it makes it increases the cost drastically. So that's why we went with the traditional man-powered machine.
That is singularly one reason because of which I was focusing on the motor. You were never talking about it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
because,
that's why
that will be because at the end of the day, if you are going to produce it, then that will be the area where you should be focusing. Whereas your entire presentation was focusing on the other end. That's why I was wanting to take you to that particular
sir.
portion,
Yes,
which
sir,
you are
definitely.
not at all covering. Was
Yes,
it
sir,
intentional?
definitely. Sir, even we actually never even we searched for while searching for an idea. That is, we had an idea that there is no existing pineapple harvester. So we searched online and we couldn't even find even a single thing to start from, to begin from. So we had to look for several options like robotic arm that picks the fruit from the plant and so on. And finally, our main focus was to how we can transfer the fruit from the plant without harming it onto a storage. That was our only major focus. And also along with that, to clear the to make the field even more suitable for the next harvest. That is, the fruit has to be, by clearing the leaves, we can improve the quality of the next offspring from the plant. And that was our only intention. And while at it, we also, when with the engine, we developed the engine specifications were finalized and the drive was finalized, but not focus where that is regarding the chassis or the setup of the chassis setup were not given actually. So our focus was on actually testing whether this principle works or not. Even we weren't sure about it actually works or not. So that was our only primary focus for the initial prototypes. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Nandakumar?
Yeah, I have just a couple of questions. So one thing is that you have mentioned that you didn't find any pineapple harvest even when you did online search there. But I just did a quick online search and I could at least find, I mean, not many, but at least few are there, right? May not be in India, I agree with that. But that's a comment. My other question is about the weight. So you are saying that the estimated weight to be to the tune of 300 to 400 kilograms, right? So that is like half the weight of a entry-level car, right? So to drive that much weight, you need a powerful engine and stuff like that, right? Is there any way which you can reduce the weight of this equipment or this entire harvester?
So one way is to reduce the storage capacity, that is based on area of by increasing the capacity of the storage, the weight increases gradually. So by decreasing the capacity, we can control the weight by like that, or even for structural. Do you mean that by structurally how we can reduce weight? Is that what you actually?
Yeah, design. I mean, the material you choose for your harvester and the design and stuff like that.
We haven't done much.
I think some you have some audio problem.
Bringing down the weight, based on the actually normal cases. That is based on our survey from CAMCO, the Kerala Agro Machinery Corporation. It's similar, comparing with similar machines, only we have finalized that weight. So by concentrating more on that, I think we will be able to, by taking suitable materials, we'll be able to reduce the weight further.
Okay, fine. So one last question is that, so you mentioned that the 60 centimeters spacing between rows is mandatory, right? So yes. I'm assuming that the farmers are like planting it even closely.
Yes, sir. They are doing high density plantations.
Okay, so I mean, ultimately you have to market this product, right? So how are you planning to convince the farmer that you have to increase the row spacing?
So one way of doing that is actually educating them regarding what actually they are doing is wrong. Because in most cases, if we went for ask a farmer from the outcome, from the product actual harvest, most of them will be under quality, because the major reason for that under quality products is that due to the improper farming technique. Even if you search online from there are sites which suggest, their researchers suggest the optimal plantation style, and in that only it is given 60 centimeter gapping needs to be provided, and it's actually a general suggestion only. So in Kerala, we primarily follow high density plantations, but for the first harvest, it is okay because even though it is high density and even though it is not being followed, some of the fruits only will get damaged or will be under quality because due to the high density plantation itself. But for the second harvest, from each plant we can have up to 3 harvests. That is continuously takes place. So if the field is not cleared and for during the second harvest, even we might have seen that most of the pineapple plantations look as if no one can even enter into them.
Okay.
Sir, another example, best example for like standardizing or having any pattern is for paddy field. As in a traditional way, they just plant the paddy in a regular manner, and when a machine is incorporated in the field, they started planting in a regular standard pattern. They incorporated standard pattern. But the same thing what we have doing in our project. So, sir, the pattern or the standard planting of the fruit or the plantation will be given with our products. So the farmer need to implement that in its field. So best example is a paddy and its machineries. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Presentation was good. We all are thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So now we have Team E from Government Engineering College, Palakkad, Kerala. Team E, you can present now.
Yes. Okay, madam. First of all, I am using this situation to reveal my deepest condolences to people who lost their lives in yesterday's Calicut plane crash and lunar landslide. Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Rohit K. from Government Engineering College, Palakkad. Hope all are safe. I am presenting a new innovative product developed at this lockdown period aimed at sanitizing that. First of all, I will say the problem that made me to develop such a product. We know the main reason for spreading coronavirus is social contact between people. When we are in contact with a corona-infected person, the virus will enter inside our body through our mouth, nose, eyes, etc. via hands. So, by keeping our hands hygiene, a large chance of getting virus infection can be prevented. For that, we use hand sanitizer spray. But using bottled sanitizers are very difficult to handle at all, like at the time of traveling, working, etc. Let's check the solution that I made to solve this problem. A sanitizing band is the solution. It is an innovative product and I made it on this March. This sanitizing band prevents spreading coronavirus by keeping our hands hygiene at any time, anywhere. Let's check how it's works. This is a wristband hand sanitizer. In this band, a container is fixed and it contains sanitizing gel or solution. And an ejection nozzle system is connected to one of the side of the container. And we can wear the wristband like a watch. When we need our hand to sanitize, we can press the ejection nozzle and at that time, sanitizing gel will flow to our hands. By rubbing our hands together, we can keep our hands hygiene at that time. We can refill it and each time we can use 30 times. When everybody uses this sanitizer, then we can control the spread of coronavirus mostly. And now I will show the main parts of sanitizing band. In this picture, it is the sanitizing band I made as a prototype, and this is my first model. This first part of the sanitizing gel I marked is sanitizing gel. We know that this gel help us to keep our hands hygiene, and the second part is ejection nozzle. In this portion, we want to press at the time of pressing, the pressure develop inside the system, and the sanitizing gel will come out through the nozzle hole. And the third part is container, and it is used to hold the sanitizer gel, and the injection nozzle is connected to it. The fourth part is wristband, and we know it is used to attach sanitizing band to our hand. And these are two designs that I made for products. In this, the first design is above mentioned is the design, and the second design is somewhat different from the first. That is, it is a usable type. And let's look what are the major output of sanitation. We know many people are working and traveling for needs, and many police hospital staffs got coronavirus infection due to not able to keep their hands hygiene. So sanitation ban will be more helpful to this community, and it is also very helpful to common people. The main advantages of sanitation band are it is very easy to use and it can reuse by refilling, and it is more comfortable to wear like a wristband, and its cost is only less than 100. And these are some newspaper reports regarding sanitation ban. And let's fight against corona together. This is my website known as rkinnovations.org. You can visit it for more innovations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now judges can ask their question. Anup sir.
Anup sir, you got to unmute yourself.
Mic is off.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so Aravind can start.
Okay. Rohit, good presentation. But can you show us your prototype?
Yeah, I this is the prototype I made in my house, and I am trying to develop it for a production for a selling purpose. This is a prototype I made in my house. At my house.
And is it leak proof? Can you show me it clearly?
Yeah. Yes, this is the spraying of it. I will try it on my hand and we can wear like this, and when the situation, when we want to keep our hands sanitized, to be sanitized, we can press here, and the sanitation gel will flow to our hand, and we can rub it.
Okay. But why do you think that it will be hard for people to carry a small bottle of sanitizer?
This idea came into my mind is because of my experience. When I went to outside, and my father is a hospital staff. He also find some difficulty to use bottle sanitizers every time. That time I got this idea to develop such a why we use such a sanitizing wax instead of this bottle sanitizer.
It is attractive, I agree. But then we'll also have to refill it multiple times, right?
Yeah. First time when we refill one time, we can use 30 times in one refill. Then we can refill continuously, and we can use 30 times.
So still somebody requires a bottle sanitizer, right? Because nobody runs a production plant. They'll still have to buy that bottle sanitizer, right? Why will a customer spend some more extra? Already he is hesitant to buy a sanitizer. Why will he spend extra money to buy another dispenser? Rather than that, he will always carry that bottled one, right? Which is small.
Yeah. I already mentioned that it is very helpful to traveling people and working people. For them, it will be very helpful, and sanitizer bottle we buy sanitizers. Bottle is already available with sanitizers, and this is the only product that we want to buy, and it is a low cost, under 100 rupees. And
still, it is low cost, I agree, but still it is an extra cost. Apart from the bottle sanitizer.
At the traveling time or working time, it is very difficult to use bottled sanitizer. That's why we want to buy this sanitizing lamp.
The other point that I have, it's just a comment. When it comes to sanitization, it is not. It is also important that the other person whom we interact or deal with also has to get sanitized. Okay, when this personalized sanitizer are given, it is very hard to say. For example, if I carry a bottle sanitizer with me, which is allowed, okay, even in flights, it's easy for me to give to the other person who is in close proximity to me. Okay. So that, but then in this personalized sanitizer, it is not going to work. You cannot do this one to the other person and say like, oh, sanitizing hand. Okay. So, and this spread of virus can only be prevented when everybody sanitizes there. Okay.
Yes, then everybody buy this. I already mentioned.
This is your selling point to ensure that everybody buys it.
Everybody buy these products. Then we can prevent this spreading of coronavirus.
Okay, then thank you. But why you opted for only a single person team? You thought that one is enough?
No, I'm in that registration time. I see the registration form and suddenly registered.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Dr. Ramesh. Dr. Ramesh. Anup sir, you asking?
Yeah, fine. Actually, this one I feel like it will be rather helpful for the health workers also. That type of proposal people. For a common man, I don't know about the marketability. As Aravind pointed out, that will definitely be a constraint.
It's more helpful to traveling and working people, like hospital staff, policemen.
Yeah, those who have public interaction, it may be helpful.
And also helpful to common people because it is cheap in right and we can use it anywhere, anytime.
No. Okay, that's all.
Okay, any more questions?
I have a couple of questions. It was a good presentation, Rohit. Even before I saw you in the Google Teams, I have seen your news article. It was a good work. So one thing I would like to add to your presentation is that we tend to forgetful, as in keeping a sanitizer bottle is easy, but you tend to forget it anywhere, especially if you are moving around. So if you have something attached to your body, it is quite easy for you to carry it around. You don't forget it. So that is one thing. And another thing is that have you, this similar products are already available in the market, right? Have you done a survey of those things?
At the time of this manufacturing in the month of March, I looked in Google for is there is any product is available at that time. At that time, I didn't find anything like this sanitizing mask. And after a few months, April or May month, I again searched. That time, some of the sanitizers were then are available.
Okay, you have to be very quick if you want to introduce such a product to the market. Anyway, a nice job. That's from my side.
Okay, Dr. Ramesh.
Yeah, very good work, very good nice thinking actually. Okay, and I have heard about you from that newspaper during that Corona time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, but I have a query actually. There is a chance that this itself get contaminated with the virus, no? As saying. What is
we can also sanitize. We can also sanitize this product.
What itself? Okay.
When we use this sanitizer one day, we can also sanitize this sanitizing band at the end of the day by coming into the house later.
Okay. Anyway, good job. Keep it up. All the best.
Okay. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Team E.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. So now we have Team G from St. Thomas College Autonomous, Thrissur. Team G, you can present now.
Good afternoon, visitors. We are Team G. Our idea is to provide platform for local area shopping.
So can you
My
please
name is
on the video, all the team members?
Sorry, I repeat. We are Team G. Our idea is to provide platform for local area shopping. My name is Mirja Jos. Other team members in my group are Shamna KS and Shini Shebu. We all are BSc Computer Science final year students from St. Thomas College, Thrissur. Here, Shini will give a brief description about our idea, and Shamna will explain our prototype. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shini. I'll give an introduction to our project.
Please switch on your video.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, you can carry on.
Okay. We know that many people are struggling in this COVID time with no job or income, especially in local area people. Our aim to create an online platform for all kinds of local shops or promoting cottage industries and handmade products for selling their product to a single platform, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. It will promote the local area shopping. It is a website in which local products like handmade products, craft, groceries, medicines, etc. can sell through online and provide home delivery if it is needed. If user requested to home delivery, we will provide rickshaw to deliver. It will help the rickshaw union. Product can be sold through shops on website or category based. People can search for nearest shops or product. People can sell their own products like handmade products, vegetable they farm, etc. to nearest shop, which will help them to attain an income. So wholesale and retail trade can be done. It will be more helpful for housewives and aged people who does not have vehicle in home or cannot go out for buying during this pandemic. The advantages of these sites are it will promote local area shop sector, promote cottage industries and craft, and also promote local farming sector. List of required product can be given, so it will reduce the time of shopping of the people. Home delivery will be provided to requested people, and for nearest people, the delivery charge will be neglected. That's all. Next one is prototype that will be presented by Shamna.
Good afternoon all. I'm Shamna. I'm hereby presenting the basic prototype of our idea. This is a web page model of our idea. It can be also implemented as a mobile application, so it will be easier to use for people. Now, this is the home page of our site. On the top, we have some sections. On clicking About Us, it gives the details about our site and service. Coming back, we have login button. On clicking, a user can log in into their account by giving user ID and password. And now we have a register now button. On clicking it, a new user can register to our site. A new user can be anyone, like an individual user, or shops like grocery shops, medical shops, bakeries, or service providers like tuition, cafe, etc., whatever. So anybody can sign up as a user. On coming down, here we can search for something like products, services, and other users, and filter off our search in category. And by giving our location, we can initiate our search. And coming down, here shows the trending item. People can read and review the product, and users can buy them. Cash on delivery and e-payment can be done. If the buyer and seller have e-payment facilities, we can redirect them to particular e-payment sites like Google Pay, Paytm, etc. And if the user requests for home delivery, it can be provided to local rickshaws by connecting the nearest rickshaw union to our site and link them to our network. And finally, we have an add button. By clicking it, people can sell their product by filling details and photos. We can also use this facility to rent items, which it doesn't include it currently, but we can include further. So that is the basic prototype of our idea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now just can answer questions. Anup sir?
Yeah. Okay, Shamna. Anyway, it's a good initiative to help the local products and the unorganized sector. But how will this be managed, this website and these things? Who will manage it? Is there any, have you thought about any automatic system to keep it going?
If the government itself initiate this system or local panchayat initiate a panchayat-based marketing facility, so that it will be more efficient and useful rather than private side. It is not a business model, it is a service model. So if the panchayat initiate itself, it will be more useful for them.
Okay, other members can ask.
Dr. Aravind?
Yeah, I have just one question. This thing is more useful for those areas where these big people like Amazon or Flipkart cannot penetrate, right?
Yes.
But then it is also the same place where the access to internet and mobile networks is going to lag. So how do you tackle this? If they have access to mobile internet, definitely those people will have access to the other online retailers as well.
Yeah. So, we think it doesn't require more internet speed. So, if it is implemented as a mobile application, they can use.
They'll also be able to use Amazon and Flipkart where there will be more variety.
Yeah.
Okay, then think about it. Okay. Thank you.
Nandomar?
Yeah, okay. So I just have a very quick query. So, I mean, this is just another online e-commerce platform, what you are proposing, right?
Yeah, we don't get the question.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you are just proposing yet another online e-commerce platform, is it?
Yes.
So one thing is that what are you using at the back end of this product, and how secure that backend is? For example, you have shown that anyone can sell their product. There is one you demonstrated, right? Anyone can enter their product there. So how who does the verification of these products? And I mean, anyone can easily hack your website, right? I can sell random products on your website. So have you taken care of those things?
It's like some authorities like Panchayat or someone initiate this, so they can secure, they can validate.
Okay, okay, fine. That's it from my side.
Okay, Dr. Ramesh?
Yeah, very nice initiative. How it is different from the existing oil like cooker, etc.?
Uh, here people are buying and selling from their nearest area. So it has many advantages. It will promote local area marketing, and this is not such expensive also. It also finds like we can sell our old items, or we can sell something for that will make it available from the nearest shop. But there's some kind of and there are also some kinds of unpopular sites, but they still provide such a facility that we provide.
Okay, that's from my side.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Gigi sir.
Shamna and Sinik, we're talking about the sellers and buyers. How your system will differentiate between the seller and the buyer?
Anybody can be a seller and anybody can be a buyer. If we search for a product and we can buy it, if we want to add a product itself, we can also do that.
The quality of the product decides the success of your site. So if you don't do any kind of verification, then it's going to be haywire. So until and unless you verify it, how could it be implemented?
We provide a facility for users to review and write their product. So
that will be after some time. The review will get populated, and you will be able to get to know. But the initial point, it will be quite difficult, right?
Yes.
That is an aspect we need to look in. The second thing which I wish to ask is, imagine your system becomes so successful, then if it goes to a larger, very huge, level, then will your system be able to withstand that huge growth? If your system becomes successful and you have an enrollment of 1 million or a trillion, then will your system be able to sustain that kind of a database? What mathematical model have you deployed?
If such a we need to develop our server. Or if we launch this system by a panchayat itself, it will have only less data of people of that particular panchayat. It is not that much complex. If it is launched as a private site,
thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I from MES College, Marambali, Alua, Kerala. Team I, you can present it now.
Hello. Yeah, yes.
Variation is presenting now.
Okay, sir, we are presenting
Okay.
a fixed we told it's a multi-purpose drone. Sir, can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
The drone can fly autonomously or controlled manually according to our mission parameters. Can be able to hover at a place like a normal multi-rotor and can be fly horizontally, which also increases flying time and more faster than ordinary multi-rotors. The use of this UAV is in disaster areas for search and rescue or delivery of essential materials like food, medicines and water supplies. It has the ability to supply buoys or life jackets for those who are sinking in the water or to the rescue team.
The drone is also equipped with a thermal image camera system, which is used for identifying the temperature of human beings and animals, and it will send the exact location of the casualties to the ground control station. The healthcare industry can offer the best usage of these drones for improving healthcare services like trans, blood samples, medicines, etc. The importance of using this drone is its potential to decrease the time for the travel, and they are cost effective too. We are presenting this drone for mostly for surveillance purpose during any disasters.
I think some technical problems are there.
Yeah, both of them have left, or Vishnu
No,
is there?
Vishnu is there.
Yeah.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is that it, or anything else is remaining?
Sir, we are focusing on a fixed wing UAV, not a normal multi-rotor type UAV. So we can increase the traveling speed and also the flying time of the flying time of the UAV. It can be controlled both autonomously and manually. So without automatic missions can be easily done, including the dropping of boyas or anything, food, water, medicine, etc. There is no need of onboard controller or a pilot. It can be done automatically also.
Is there any other group that is working on similar type of drone, or you're the only person?
So we are just like a startup procedure. So we both are the main students working on this.
No, I'm asking regarding any other startups or any other company which is working on similar type of models.
No, sir, I don't think so. Especially in Kerala, I don't think so. Because we are a bit different by working with the fixed wing type.
Okay. What is the disadvantage of the other model type?
Sir, we know that most of the drones we see is multi-roted. That means quadcopters. You know that it will have 4 motors. So the flying time and the speed of the drone is compatible with the fixed wing types. We are planning a VTOL type configuration. VTOL means it will land and take off and landing vertically and fly like horizontally. It will increase the flying time and the speed of the drone. Sir? Okay.
Is it over?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Any more
Okay.
questions?
So now judges, they can ask the questions.
Yeah, maybe I can ask a couple of questions to the team. Vishnu, I am audible?
Yes, sir.
So in your video that you have uploaded, you have shown a quadcopter, right? It was not a...
Sir, actually we are planning to do in a step-by-step manner.
Okay.
First, we actually test the autonomous flight of the drone. That is in the video. We will present.
Okay.
The next stage, we just use a thermal imaging camera. That is a very small one. That is around 4,000 or something like that. And fix it in a normal quadcopter and just scan a area of just 10 meters square for the temperature locations. We are planning to do this in a step-by-step manner, because first we have to study the flying manner of the UAV while it is in autonomous, and when we control it manually. Then we have to calculate the flying time and the speed of the drone. Next we have to
find the maximum payload efficiency and then the difference between the flying time and the speed. Then we try and successfully finish the experiment with the thermal imaging camera to identify the temperature of human living bodies and animals also. The next level of our project is to do it with change it to completely with delta wing structure, means a VTOL UAV.
Okay. So, do you have any prototype as of now, or everything is like still in the design phase?
No, we are planning to do. Sir, the first model is that quadcopter we designed.
Okay.
In the next model, sir, only. Sir, in the next stage, we are done with the normal Hexa 500 frame. We are
Okay.
Sir, camera into this and fly autonomously and check the result of the project. And it will.
Yeah, so that is like you have 6 motors there, right? So that will need more power.
Yes, sir, but it is for a prototype.
Okay.
We need to check the thermal imaging positioning of the camera and the exact location it will send for prototyping. Okay.
So you are doing something like waypoint method to navigation?
Yes, sir. In that video, we are set a waypoint and it fly and land full autonomously. Take off to landing full autonomously.
So what is the flight duration that you have in mind?
We are planning to do up to 30 minutes flying time.
30 minutes flying time. But and what is the weight of this drone that you are planning to build?
Sir, it's up to the payload. How much payload we can carry. That wise, the weight of the overall weight of the drone might be changed according to the payloads. Or without any payloads, it will up to 4 to 5 kgs.
Oh, 4 to 4 kgs, that's a very heavy thing. So can you just...
no much, sir. Hello?
Okay. But can you tell me how much power is required to fly this 4-5 kg drone for 30 minutes?
Sir, 4 to 5 kg is not the exact value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. But can you just give me the power requirement?
Means the power requirement?
As in, let's say you are going to use a battery, right? 12-volt battery.
In that prototype, we are using a 4S 6000 mAh battery, lithium polymer battery.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to upgrade it with 6S or something that much. 6S, 2 6S compared to parallel. We get a 12S battery.
Mm-hmm.
We are planning to fly it with that thing.
Okay. So can you comment on the stability of the drone when you are saying that it will be used for this affected areas, right? Let's say flood or storm and stuff like that. So can you just comment on the stability of the flight?
Sir, we are planning to do another one thing in this, that is GPS blending. The normal drones use one GPS for the maximum stability. So we add a protocol, GPS blending protocol, that is we can add multiple GPS to a single drone. We will successfully add 2 GPS to a single drone. It will increase the stability of the drone for maximum. So a triangulation of the GPS can take place inside the flight control system.
Yeah, but so essentially you will be having all these GPS modules in a small area only, right? So how it helps you in triangulation?
Small area means these are really just prototypes. As I said, we are planning to do a big scale model. It will have 1 meter wingspan, just like a delta wing structure.
Okay, so let's say you have 1 meter square area. How many GPS modules can you successfully deploy there?
1 meter square. We can add 3 maximum for more stability.
But what is the resolution of the GPS as in terms of distance?
Sir, once more.
Do you know how much resolution is, typically a GPS module, how much resolution can it give? Is it in centimeters, meters, or in kilometers?
Sir, I come to that point. If we normally use the 8mm GPS, it will have to able to connect up to 36 satellites at a time.
Okay.
Okay. When we come to the telemetry system that is used for the autonomous flight, it is fully dependent on the GPS track. When we multiply it will need minimum number of 4 GPS for a successful flight. Successful with minimum medium stability criteria. But it can access up to 36 satellites. So when we combined the 3 GPS in a single drone with the 36, there is a high chance for maximum stability.
Yeah, you are talking about the
stability of the drone.
Yeah, trajectory tracking, right?
Trajectory tracking, yes. We can also say that. Stability.
Okay,
What you asked about the stability of the drone.
Yeah, my point was that let's say you have a storm, you have a wind, so that will just simply blow away this drone, right? Because it's very lightweight.
Yes, sir.
So how do you have any plans to take care of such issues?
Sir, we are actually working on it for the high wind stability criteria. And also, first we have to solve the raining problem. You know that the normal quadcopters can fly in rain, but we try to avoid maximum flying in a medium rainy condition. Then we have to add the wind test, and finally we can succeed with the torso.
Okay, but this flight dynamics of your quadcopter and VTOL are entirely different, right? So how are you planning?
Yes.
I would say those are. The VTOL is very much similar to a normal flight, right?
Flight, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah.
That is actually the control is from the remote location, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both remotely can be piloted and all autonomously piloted.
Okay. So remote in the sense that what is the range that you can obtain from the remote?
Sir, the normal flying transmitters like Spectrum are satellite communicator transmitters. So it can be maximum up to 8 kilometers of range. But we can upgrade it with big range transmitters if we get the exact permission from DGCA or something like that.
So what about the weight that can be carried by the vehicle that you have designed?
Sir, we are actually test it and find it. We are planning to do it with a minimum payload capability of 5 kilos.
Okay, good.
Okay, good work. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay,
Is there any more questions?
Yes, sir.
Sensors attached to get the environmental parameters.
Sir, inboard there is a flight control board. The flight control board have gyroscope in it. The gyroscope will maintain the aircraft during the flight time in the air. So it can stable at like the condition, environmental condition like wind, etc. The control surface will.
I'm not talking about the trajectory. I'm not looking at control of the trajectory. I'm looking at the what do you say? The environmental parameters. To consider environmental parameters. The aeroscope, if I'm not wrong, will consider more into the trajectory.
Okay. So we can use multiple sensors in these drones to know the exact climatic. Yes, sir. We are planning to do a small sensor, which is a DH11 sensor for the temperature and weather parameters. And trying to there is a barometer sensor in the flight control board system, which will be send the exact conditions to the controller.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you, Team I.
Ah,
Yeah. So now we have our last team, Team H from Rajarajeshwari College of Engineering, Bangalore, Karnataka.
So,
Team H,
good afternoon to
you can proceed.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Myself Vipin, and my teammate is Prakash Agre. So, our topic is infusion pump with nebulizer unit for healthcare, and my theme is healthcare and biomedical devices related to COVID-19. So, directly we'll go on to the model that is prototype which we have done. We'll connect to the web camera right. Project working model. Basically, our prototype is made up of prototype is used for asthma, for the intermediate treatment, for cancer patients, diabetic patients, as well as for the COVID-19 patient as an intermediate treatment. In this prototype, we are introducing an efficient 2-in-1 drug delivery system. Here, we use an Arduino UNO, that is Atmega 328 processor, 2x16 LCD display. Separately, we are giving a 4 power supplies to this efficient working system. And we are using LCD display. We are connecting to the system. It is booted up and still. LCD display shows how much the drug will be given to the patient through each of the system. So initially, the infusion pump will be working for a certain amount of time. After that, works a certain amount of time for the drug delivery. Ma'am, can you see the video?
Yeah, sure. Yes, it's clear now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, your presentation is done.
Yes, sir. It is done, sir.
Okay. Can we ask questions?
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Who decides the dosage for these drugs?
Sir, it's about all about the doctor, sir. It is
Okay.
just a prototype we have done. It is all about the doctor's prescription.
But let me also tell you, there are certain drugs which can never be turned into a nebulization-based.
Yes, sir. It is just a basic model we have done. We should take some prescription about the doctor, and as for the patients required, then only we can give it to the patient. It is a portable device as well.
No, what I'm saying is there are drugs which can never be given in nebulization form.
Yes, sir. Only that's what, sir. Only with the prescription of the doctor, it can be done, sir. Otherwise, it can't be. It won't be given, sir.
So, which means that it cannot be used for those diseases wherein the drugs cannot be given in this form, right?
No, sir. It is just the intermediate treatment. It is used for only the intermediate treatment.
What is intermediate?
Just a basic. I mean, basic in between basic treatment.
Okay, what is the advantage of nebulization-based drug delivery?
So it is useful for asthma patients, cancer patients.
No, what is that usefulness comes from the drug that is being used. Okay, I am asking like what is the usefulness of this form of drug delivery?
Drug delivery, it can be useful for asthma patients, sir. That is.
I'm not asking about the drug which is used. If you use an asthma drug, definitely it will be useful for asthma patients.
Yes, sir.
What I'm asking is, what are the types of drug delivery that you know? What all base drugs could be delivered to a body?
So that we don't have any idea about it. So
you just can make a guess. In what way people take drugs?
Injection. We have injection form. In injection form, that is liquid drug and solid drug like tablets. And
so that is the tablet comes in oral form, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm asking. So what are all the types of things? So
Yes, design it two in an efficient way, sir. Both we can switch the system and we can use, sir. Some delay will be given to both the systems, sir. Using relay, we are using it.
I don't get it. Injection form also can be done this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have to work more on the sir. That is nerve system or body nerve system, sir. We have to work on it. Sir, we have built a 3D building of syringe pump.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. But anyway, when it comes to injection, do you know what are the types of injectable things available? Like certain things will have to be given inside vein, certain things will have to be given in muscle.
Yes, sir. We have to work more on it, sir. We have just designed basic models. It is just a prototype, sir.
So my comment will be like this may work for things that are non-invasive in the sense which doesn't require poking, because if it requires poking of this, you definitely require medico to assist, because otherwise the patient will not know where to poke, and sometimes an intramuscular injection can be given intravenous, which is dangerous. Okay.
Yes, sir. We have to work on it, sir. It is just a basic prototype, sir. Just a basic prototype for now. No, sir.
Good work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Other jury members can ask questions.
Yeah. Anup, sir.
Sir.
May I go ahead?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Vipin, right?
Yes, sir. Vipin Padman.
Yeah. So, what all microcontrollers are we using for this?
328P microcontroller.
Come again?
Atmega 328P processor.
That is for Arduino Uno, right?
Arduino, yes, sir. Arduino UNO.
Okay, so you just use one board of Arduino Uno for controlling all these peripherals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what all peripherals are you using in Arduino board?
Peripherals.
That means we are using analog ports and digital ports. Both we are using, sir.
How many analog ports are you using?
3 analog ports, sir. 3 analog ports and 11 digital ports.
Okay. 11 digital ports. So what are you using for LCD interfacing? How many ports are being used for that?
LCD displays, 4 ports, sir. 4 ports.
Only four.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of pump are you using? What's
that?
You are using, how do you measure the volume of the injection? Like you mentioned that 5 ml, 10 ml, 15 ml, etc., right?
Sir, we have given already in the programming itself. That is 5 ml already inbuilt is we have given in the programming itself. We have done.
Yeah.
So for the
That is
patient,
fine.
What are the requirements he needs? According to that, we can change it. We can change that.
No, my question was a bit different. How do you how do you make sure that, okay, you send a control signal just to issue just, let's say, 5 ml injection. But how do you ensure that volume injected is 5 ml, not 6 ml or 7 ml? How do you make sure that?
So it is infusion compound, sir, that measurement. Through that we are giving, sir.
Yeah, see, the thing is that all these mechanical parts, right? Infusion pump is basically a mechanical part. We can assume that.
Electronics, I said.
Yeah, electronic interface is there, but there is a mechanical part which controls, there may be a valve or something like that, which controls the flow, right?
Yes, sir.
And this flow rate depends on how much injection that you are giving.
Yes, sir.
Right? And typically in any mechanical system, this flow rate can vary. So you should be having a control mechanism or feedback mechanism to make sure that.
Sir, the thing is, we haven't gone depth in it. It's just a basic prototype.
The volume that you are injecting is
Sir, network issue.
I think there is some technical issues.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
ma'am. Nandamar, can you repeat the question again? Because some network problems happen in between.
Yeah, I was asking whether they are having any feedback mechanisms to measure the volume of the medicine injection.
So we are just building just a basic prototype, sir. We are not going in depth.
We have already given the input to it, sir. That is we have given. That is fixed. We have done 5 ml, 10 ml, 15 ml. That is fixed. We have done. No other changes we have done, sir.
Okay, fine. That's fine. But it's a comment from my side. Like especially when you are dealing with medicines, you should be having a feedback control mechanism to make sure that you are injecting the proper amount of medicine, not any. It has to be a feedback mechanism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it from my side. Other jury members can take over.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Dr. Ramesh?
We have the same question. How you regulate the movement of that cylinder or the syringe? The speed, how you control that speed?
So we are giving the delay, sir, for certain amount of time. For the 5 ml purpose, it will be for 25 seconds, sir.
Okay.
Then 20 seconds for 10 ml, sir.
Okay.
And 15 seconds for 15 ml.
So in that, okay, so in that way you are regulating the movement of the syringe.
Yes, sir. Giving some delay to the motor. Then that time that will happen.
What motor you have used?
Sorry, sir.
What motor you are used? Stepper motor.
NEMA 17, sir.
NEMA 17.
Pardon?
NEMA 17. NEMA 17.
No. Yeah, that may be the name of the motor, but that would be of a different type, no? Whether it is a stepper motor or a permanent magnet synchronous motor or a reluctance. Eh?
We are using stepper motor, sir.
Oh, stepper motor. Okay. Okay, that's from my side. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Jiju sir.
Yeah, what I wish to ask is what Dr. Nandakumar was talking about, the same thing. In case of a failure comes, what are the remedial measures you could think of? Because it's medical system, and having a higher dosage of drug or having a lesser dosage of drug could be life-threatening. So
Yes,
in
sir.
case of a failure, what are the remedial measures? What are the corrective measures or the feedback system you have thought of?
Sir, we are having two mode of drug delivery, sir. One is manual and one is the automatic. If failures occurs in a automatic mode, we are doing manual mode, sir.
So at the time of delivery, there exists mechanical part. There exists mechanical part. At that, there exists mechanical part. Okay. And at the time of delivery of the drug, if the system fails, you are talking about moving from the manual mode to the automated mode and vice versa. But at the time of delivery in an automated mode, if the system fails, do you have a mechanism to rectify it, either to intimate? This is what earlier Nandakumar sir was talking about, the feedback system.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any mechanism?
No, sir, we don't have mechanism right now because it is a basic prototype. So
Have
we
you
didn't
thought about it?
Yes, sir. We have thought about ventilators also, sir, to including that. But due to this crisis, we couldn't complete it, sir. Only between nebulizer as well as infusion pump, we have completed completely, sir. This system.
Yeah. The second question, what I wish to ask
Yes,
is many models. There are many machines available in the market.
Yes,
If
sir.
you do a cost analysis and how much cost if you put on, then this system will be easily marketable.
Yes, sir. Total
Have you did
cost
any
of
cost
is
analysis?
6,500 rupees, sir. The cost of the syringe pump was around 4,500 rupees. After that, all the components including it is 2,000 rupees actually. So if we go beyond that, it costs about 10,000 rupees, sir. So we thought of making it cost efficient, sir. So we have made this system, sir. Our main intention was to make it cost effective.
And how much does it cost in the market, the currently available one?
Market, we didn't research about it, sir. Sir, the thing is, we have combined two IEEE papers, sir. The IEEE paper was that is different, sir. That is one infusion pump and a different syringe pump. Two papers we have clubbed together, and we have made this prototype, sir.
You haven't done any market survey.
No, sir. We haven't yet, sir. But it will be very cost effective, sir. If we go to the market, it will be very cost effective. I believe that, sir.
I think when you do a presentation, you need to quantify it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is
Thank
that
you.
over, sir? Jiju sir, is that over?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm over with that. So, thank you.
Okay, so I hope no more questions. Okay, thank you, Team Head.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that's the end of today's presentation. I congratulate all the teams who have participated in this event, and thank you so much for your participation. Thank you. I know you all will be waiting for the results. No more to wait now. Our judges are ready with the results of RENACIDO Online Intercollegiate Innovation Competition. To announce the results, I invite Dr. Sia Anu, Deputy Manager, Materials Lab, Liquid Propulsion System Center, ISRO, Trandra. Sir, please.
So finally, we come to the end of this event, the last part of this event, and all the participants have put their best effort in this one, and the efforts and the initiative were really commendable. And on behalf of the judgment panel and the organizers, I would like to announce the results. Yeah, and the judgment panel would like to make a special mention on the efforts of Rohit K on his proposal of sanitation band. And now the third position is Vishnu N and team for their project on drone. And the second position comes Aishwarya Rao and team for their Leafers diaper project. And the first prize goes to Joel George and team for their proposal on pineapple harvester. So that's all about the results for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anu. And I thank all the judges for spending their valuable time with us. Thank you. So, congratulations to all the winners. We will be providing e-certificate to all the participants by the end of this month. And for the winners, cash prize along with winner's certificate will be sent via registered post. Now it's the time to wind up. I invite Dr. John Snudworth, convener of this event, to propose vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have come to close of RENACIDO online intercollege innovation competition. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to our management, Principal Professor K.L. Joy, for the support and encouragement provided us for smooth conducting of this event. I express my deep gratitude to our judges, Dr. Anup, Dr. Aravind, Dr. Nandakumar, Dr. Ramesh, and Dr. Jiju, for accepting our invitation and spending their valuable time with us. I thank all the 39 teams who participated in this event. Special mention to Dr. Joseph Julie and Dr. Thomas MT for their valuable judgment during the first round. I also thank Mr. Edwin, student coordinator, for his support in conducting this event. I take this occasion to thank members of Startup and Innovation Cell for their support provided. Finally, I take this opportunity to thank all who supported this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Johns. Hope you all had a nice time with us. Looking forward to see you again. Thank you so much for listening. This is a team, Startup and Innovation Cell of St. Thomas College, Autonomous, Thrissur. Thank you very much.